All right, everybody, welcome back. We got our bistro ad going. Let's mess with it a little bit, you know? Let's punch it up a little bit. This is nice. This is neat. Not super exciting. It's got everything in there. Got a little bit of hierarchy going on, but not the most exciting ad. Let's see some simple things we can do maybe to kind of punch it up a little bit. I think we'll, for the most part, leave most of the grid the way it is, but just see what we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, we should save it. So I saved it already, but when I'm going to change things significantly, like I know I'm going to, I'm going to save a new version. And I'm going to change it to Bistro 2. That way I can always go back to Bistro 1. I don't have to be afraid of making big changes. I can do it, and then I know I can get back to my original version. Okay, so let me see if I can get this above. No, I want to put this below. Just to kind of fit there, please. Thank you. Okay, so let's look at my layers here. I got my text. I've got the guides, can be anywhere. I'll put them above everything. That's what I usually do. I don't know why I didn't do that. Let's try and get that below it, the text below. Let's get the images below for now. I think they always below right now. Okay, I can't think of a reason to have them above. But let's move this out of the way now for a second. And one thing I can always do to punch up my text is I can knock out my text. I can flip this from black to white and put a black background behind that section. I can do it with everything. I guess we could do that and see what it looks like. I don't think that's what I will keep, but let's just go ahead and see. And even this, I think would, no, not a layer. But even this sort of thing would bring a lot more positive space, right? The black being positive into my image, which is probably going to help punch it up a little bit. Even this, even though I don't think I'm going to quite do this. Now, why did I lost it. I put it into, come on, get out of there. Doesn't want to get out. Well, that's weird. Let me just pick you up and pull you out. There we go. Close that. Put this below it. I don't want it to go inside. I just want it below it. Okay. Now, let's take my text. Didn't mean to lock it. Unlocking everything. I'm going to lock the pictures, the images, so I can select all my text. And let's just change it from black to white. Okay. So, well, let's put you back where you came from. So even, oh, it's locked. Okay, so you got to get used to locking and unlocking things and just being, when it doesn't work, you have to remember, oh, I got to unlock it again, because it's helpful to be able to grab things. Okay, so kind of an easy way to bring more positive into it, but I'd say even this is better than just the all white ad. Even this is better. Nothing crazy, but we've got a lot more positive space in there. It's going to bring a lot more attention to it. If this is in a page, in a half page ad, the rest is probably going to be white or something else. And then you're going to have this ad black, kind of drawing your attention, which is what you want. We want to draw the viewer's attention. Okay. So that's one thing. Yeah. You know, quick, easy fix, nothing too special. So let's see what happens if I give myself a bar up top. I don't want to change all my text back to black, just the part in the white. Okay, let me bring out my grid. Okay, so the issue when creating a text, like a little box like this, is now I've created, you have to decide what to do with it. Like, do I have it in between the grid? I can't hit that part of the grid because now that's too low, like, or it's, you know, too close to that text. If I click and hit it or bring it up to the top, well, now I got an issue with it lining up on the picture, lining up on one side and the text sitting there. So that's not quite going to work. But I do like, you know, the way it draws attention to the name. Not crazy about the picture like that, but maybe I take the picture off the page. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to adjust my box. Let's see if I can grab it here. There we are. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Okay, so that looks better. Again, pictures, black boxes like this, they can go off. Allowed to go out of the grid. 100% fine, okay? Still have it aligned. I still have alignment going. Text is what we do not generally want to take out, unless we're using it more like an image and whatever. There's situations where you can make that happen. But for this, let's do that. Okay, now what this is going to do though, see, now I need like a little border here. I need like a border within my border to do this, to fit this text here. Okay, so it's not going to really work here unless I make this a lot smaller and I kind of create another little grid within this black space. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I think I'd rather not jam this up, which leaves me with the option of, okay, let's lock my picture. Where are you, pictures? There you are. You are now locked. Can no longer do anything. Okay. Now I can grab this stuff and let me turn the grid on. What? I grabbed you. I grabbed you. Okay. Shift. I can make that smaller. Maybe I can bring this over here. Still feels a little tight with that. Let's see what it looks like. Do I still have enough emphasis? Yeah, it's getting a little small. I'm not crazy about how small it is. And it's just that problem of this little line of text. But that's what happens. And I want to deal with it. I mean, I could just easily be like, yeah, you know what, let's just get rid of it, delete it. And you could call the person who hired you and ask him if you can get rid of it and it's just too much, and make an argument for it being too much information and overwhelming, which I would do and which I have done. But let's just say they're no, and they're not going to budge on this thing. Then we got to figure out how to deal with it. So let's see. Let's undo this because I like the text. I think I like the title large like that. And there it is. Okay. So what can I do? Well, maybe I kind of fit it. Okay. It's white. I could fit it on top of the picture, but I have one picture. I don't want to ruin that vibe. So where did you go? Oh, I'm grabbing things. Don't grab things. Maybe I could move the text, move it up a little bit, tighten up that, put this down below somewhere, or the website down below and move it over here. I can make space for it up top here, even though I don't think it's as important as the hours. Maybe on the end. Maybe I want to bring it down and group it with this bottom stuff here. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Let's try and do it by rearranging this. Okay. So now everything's 12. So let's keep it 12 over here. And it's going to have to fit on 2 lines, I believe. Let's make it normal, and we can decide if we want to keep it normal or whatever later. We'll make it regular just to. And what can we fit over here? I think 4 coupons, right? We can't leave coupons there by itself. That would be an orphan. Maybe we want to even it out though. Maybe we want. Newspapers for coupons might be. Yeah. So newspapers is our word that throws it over to one side being larger or the other side being larger. So we're stuck. We'll see if we can make it work like that. Can we fit it in there like that? That feels very jammed, right? But maybe we can treat this all as one big module. and just be like, you know, we are just going to fit all this as nicely as we can and treat this now like as one big text box module. That's one way we can deal with it. And we've kind of got like one column over here, one column over there. It breaks up the neatness a little bit, but not the worst decision. And I think that's a little tight. 4 coupons feels a little too close. I don't know what the letting is, to at least make it. Well, I'd probably keep it the same, quite honestly. 15.3, that's right. Make sure I get all the text. 15.3. Okay, I do want to make this a little different. Maybe I will italicize it. Kind of play it down a little bit. I think italics. I think that needs to not be semi-bold. I'm going to keep bringing things closer to my hierarchy, which is this being like the last bit of information you need. If you are, why is that out of alignment? Oh, because I just adjusted the size. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Yeah. I can go like that. Now stay aligned here. Keep playing into my hierarchy that I have going. And hierarchy is important because we want to give people reasons to look at certain things in a certain order. Very important in graphic design. We want to give them the first thing to look at, which is Salazar's Mexican Bistro. And then probably just going to hit great for parties on the way out of this. Might see the food next. Like, oh, okay, look up here, right? This is bringing all your attention. Then you're looking down and maybe you're kind of checking this out over here. Might read a bit of this, then skip out of it because you're like, yeah, I get it. Right? That's what I would do if I was reading the ad. I'd be like, so the collection neighborhood, blah, 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 whatever. And then I'd go search over and be like, yeah, the food does look good. Maybe hit that again on my way up. Like, I do want to eat that. Right? And then I'm looking down. I'm like, oh, when do they open? Oh, okay, they're open. Oh, where are they? Oh, yeah, they're where I want. That's perfect. So, you know what? As I think about this, again, thinking through things, I think hours go below location, right? Hours are obviously going to be at some time that people can eat, correct? So let's switch that in hierarchy. Of course, it's going to be at some normal hours for the most part. So location might be the first thing we want people to see, so they can see like, oh yeah, that's perfect. I live close to there. Or, oh, we're going to be there next weekend. So then maybe hours goes below that. Or maybe phone number. And again, I'm trying to treat this like one big module. I can still use alignment if I want to. I don't know. But now I'm lining it up with a gutter. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I'm just trying to make the space look kind of even throughout there. Something like that, maybe. You're right there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I want to go there. There's a phone number if I need it. There's the hours. Again, I kind of feel hours would be prioritized over phone number. Holding shift as I move it up so it doesn't break out of alignment. Oh, look at that. It gives me the spacing right there. And let's bring up my alignment here. I like that a little more, I think. Yeah. It gets like kind of a little bit mostly bigger to smaller. Bigger than and smaller. Which is good. Consistent with our hierarchy. I think I like this. I'm going to save this as a version. Let me double check my alignment on the side because I move things around a lot. And then, yeah, you know, we'll go with this. All right, quick fixes. I think it looks a lot more interesting. File, save as, oh, I already saved two, so let's cancel. Let's just file save. And there we go. We've got a second version. Okay, let's try to mix it up a little more. Let's mix it up a little more. Let's see, let's just go, I don't want to say crazy because it's not really crazy, but you know, we'll do stuff. So I'm going to move this out. I do like my black bar up here. I do like that. I'm going to keep that. I might move text up here because I think I'm going to try to fill the page down below with an image. Let's move this to the side for now. Let's bring the image in again. Is that the image I want? Yeah, I think that's the image I still want. Yeah, that's the image I want. And let's just do something here. Okay, where did that go? There it is, linked file. I'm going to embed it. Let's make it way smaller. Holding shift, never distort things unintentionally. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Now, putting text on an image is almost a no-no, okay? It's almost something you should never do. But if you have to, maybe that's what they want. You got to drop the opacity down, okay? So let's go ahead and bring out our transparency window. And this is still selected here. So let's bring this way down. If it starts to interfere with the readability of the text, you can't do it. Okay, so let's see here. That is, what percentage is it at? 35. Okay, that might work. Where is my black bar? There you are, black bar. I want the black bar on top. So I want this below it. I'm just trying to think of the framing that I want. I think I want those wine glasses in there still. Let's zoom in. And let's line it up. Now, if you were actually going to do this and it was going to print, this would be called a bleed, as I've said before. And you would need to actually give the printer more room. So you'd need a bleed line. You need some bleed lines. We're not going to worry about that right now. But you would need to expand it out and give them, like, well, depending on what they want, I guess, but maybe a 1/4 inch on each side or maybe an 1/8, I don't know, whatever, depends on how they're printing. But to do a bleed like this, just so you know, you have to give them extra. Okay, so maybe, but let's go ahead and stick this within a clipping mask, just like before. I could have probably used the same one and adjusted it, but that's too much trouble. Let's just make a new one. So I'm going to fit this within, nope, didn't mean to do that. There we go. I got my black. Okay, I'm going to lock the text just so that just stays out of my selection abilities right now. I've got text. A text. I have a shape. I have, where's my picture? There you are. I need to select the new box here. The new picture, and go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. Okay. Can I still read my text? I think I can. Maybe I'd think about, okay, I gotta unlock. Now I'm gonna lock my images and unlock my text. The Salazar's Bistro down at the bottom looks a little on the thin side for me. I think if to do this, I think I would have to change it from light and bring it to regular. keep my hierarchy, I could maybe bring it down to 9 points. Maybe expand the tracking. To hopefully make it, even though it's smaller, a little easier to read. Did that help? I made it smaller, even though I made it, I probably gave it the same amount of lightness. That's funny. You know what? Maybe I can go. Maybe I can go semi-bold and at 9 points, and maybe it still looks kind of small, still is readable. The readability of it is still there, I think. And yeah, okay, I think this works at 35. I was expecting to adjust my image a little more. Let's adjust it just for fun and see what happens. If that's fun to anybody. Where are you? Which image are you? Oh, you're in here, aren't you, image? There you are, image. There you are. Okay, let's select it. Let's try and bump it up a little, see what we can get away with. 40? Ooh, yeah, I might be able to get away with 40. 50? 50 is too much for me. 50 is, it's starting to make this hard to read over here. So let's bring you back down to 40 at least. Okay, let me take off the... That's probably the most I would do, I believe. Brings a little bit of color into it. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. I got a lot of space up here. So I'm like, what's the next? So again, I think the address is pretty important. I could check your local newspapers for coupons up here, but I hate that line, so I'll keep it down there. It's funny to have hate. As you go through these things, you kind of develop weird feelings for images and things that you shouldn't hate end up being hateful. It's okay. Or maybe it's just me. Okay, so let's turn that white and see if I can fit that up here and see if that does anything for me. Then I can probably bring the hours up here. Bring this up here. Okay, go back to hitting my modules again. My flow lines from these modules. Let's bring you up. There, sir. You go. That's fine. Okay, let's zoom out. Might work. Okay, another version. Another version. Get that out of the way. Turn that off. Where is that? Yeah. Okay, we got another option here. And again, you just got to decide, visually check and see. As I'm looking at it from a little further away, maybe that's a little too light text on top of this picture. You could always try to, make the text a little larger. Well, I don't know if you'd want to do that. You could, was it already 12, I think? I don't think there's anything we do with it then. You could be like, well, everything's gonna have to be semi-bold because it's on a picture, and that's an option. I got an orphan down there to deal with, and we're out of the grid. But that's easily fixable with the tracking. And I think that might be the way to go. I was going to say to make the picture lighter, but let's say we don't want to. Let's say we want to keep the color in here. So let's make a minor adjustment to this, and then we'll be done. Let's select this text. And, okay, now it's this 15.3 is just silly now. So I'm just going to hit 15 because it's not lining up anyways. And let's see if we can bring this in and what happens if we can get that line of text, or what we have to do to get that line of text up. Okay, everything changed here. Oh, I must have gone out. No, that's not true. 12. Okay, we're back to normal here. Not crazy about those hyphens. Okay, and look at this. I'm gonna have to go back to 15.3, aren't I? So much for that. There we go. I should have known because it was still 12 points. Okay. Well, now it fits. And then this cursed text. Probably have to make it bigger too. Fine, I'll make you bigger. Just so you can be read. Let's take another gander at it from a little further away. Okay, that's a little easier to read now. Not too jammed over here. Kind of nice to have a little bit of space, I think. You can play with the space here. Maybe you want this to be a little more even instead of hitting the modules there. But, which doesn't matter a ton because look at the flow line from here. This is all one big, one big section anyways, right? So one big spatial zone, as we say. But, so I think with that, I would probably go for evening these out now that I have all this room here a little bit. Or really grouping things together, like grouping that up here and making it like, this should probably be up here. Well, for another day. Maybe grouping this down below. Or keeping that up here and just leaving that by itself. The possibilities are endless. And then if I'm that close to the line here, I'd be like, well, I got to line up with the line. Again, this is the tedious life of a graphic designer, right? And you're like, oh, it's too close. And if it's close, you might as well just line it up. I missed. So close to that module. Yet, no cigar. Oh, but you know what? It's more like that, isn't it? Because of the top of the... Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay. Let's see. That might look better. And you can endlessly play. Okay, so I think that's good. I think we got a couple different versions here. 3 different versions to be exact. And I think they're different. And all have their strengths and different ways. There we are. Let's save this one. File, save as 3? Is this 3? I've lost track of what's what. 1, 2, yeah, this is 3. I think. We'll find out soon enough. All right, well, once again, hope you got something out of this. Hope you got to play with this and get a little different angle on this thing and learn something about minor adjustments that can really change the look of something, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.